Hello my friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. This is Sheree and I'm here today for a hashtag Tag Tuesday and probably a little bit of a hashtag use it or lose it video. So I mentioned previously in the last week or so that I had an idea on how to use some of these alphabet stickers and number stickers that I don't seem to use very much or at all. So these actually I bought at a thrift store quite a few years ago now, and I really, hate not using them, but I never just, I don't know, never had a reason to use them. I did use a couple of them. I think the numbers in like my December daily, but that was it. They're red, so I used them in my December daily. But in the last week or so, I had an idea of just to use them like randomly, like I'm making serial numbers, like like a hang tag you would see on something, maybe with a model number or a serial number. Not that you'd ever really see that, but you see things like those numbers, the model numbers on your whatever, different appliances and machines and things. So that's the kind of what I had in my mind. So this is the first one I made. I'll show you. This is a piece of scrap paper here, and I glued two pieces of paper together, make it, or they're like very light weight cardstock. So I glued two pieces together so it'd be nice and sturdy. I used my slot punch here. I don't know if I'll put anything there. I might not. I like it just the way it is, really. I added the lighter color on the back so that could be written on, and there's my first one. So I wanted to try a couple other, like here's some manila folder that I cut up. So I wanted to try some of these red ones on here. And I have black ones too that you saw that I got with my cat, my kitten cat scrapbook paper kit. So I have those, but I have plenty here. So, and these are older. The cat scrapbook paper kit was brand new. So I'm even going to try to use this piece with the branding on it here from the file folder. And this is a little tag I took off a piece of clothing today. So, and it's black. So I thought, maybe I'll see what I can do with that. So let's try this same thing on here. So this is, thicker than the paper that I was using here. So I don't need to glue two pieces together. So what I did first was determine where I want my slot punch, and you can use a regular hole punch, and you don't have to punch a hole at all. But if you're going to do the similar thing, and you can put your own spin on and do whatever you want. I'm just discovered that I need to push this, do the hole first. If I'm going to have a hole, go ahead and do it so I can see where that is. And then I wanted my serial number or model number that I'm making to read this way from the slot punch, from the hole over. So left to right. So, and then this one I started off with a couple of letters, as you can see, and I only really used one number, but that could almost be a 0 and that could be a 1, but it's an O and an I. So I have mostly letters on here and just these numbers, what's left here, a few numbers here, and there's a few numbers here, and there's some symbols, question mark, a cents, only part of the percentage is left there. Don't know what happened to the rest of it. A dollar sign, a couple of parentheses, and these are letters and numbers here. So anyway, let's see what we can do with these. So I'm going to do the same thing I did here. Use mostly letters, but throw in at least one number, so it looks like, kind of like a model number or something. So I picked them out randomly, and I have, let's see, what do I have the most of? I have 3 V's left here. W's, there's M's, N's, G's. I really have the most. There's a lot of R's and S's here. A lot of A's. Let's start off. I haven't used any of the A's. Let's start off with an A first, since I have the most A's. And I tried not to put like ABC, anything like that. They have to be really random. So, and I tried to, let's see, that's got a little punch out in the middle. But I tried to line it up as straight as I could. So, and that's, if you've ever tried to line up something like the letters straight in a row, it's can be a little, you know, tricky. So, and I discovered also that I didn't want the tag to be too wide this way. You know what I mean? So, let's see if that's straight. I think it is. A little fiber there. Got a little paint on my hand here. My fingers, I see. I've washed my hands, but since I was painting, but there's a little bit left there that I need to get off. But I've been painting. I'll do a little video on what I've been painting. It's not junk journal related, but it kind of is almost, because it's craft related, and I've been using up some paints. So let's see, let's pick out our next. I have a lot of S's and R's the most. Oh, there's a lot of I's here too. Let's do an I next. AI. And then maybe the next one will be a number. See, that could be a 1 too. And your spacing, like I like the spacing on this one, but they don't really have to be that close together. But I like the length too, because I was going to make these shorter. I think it's about the same size as that one, the first one. Yeah, it's about the same size. I was going to make these shorter, but I thought, well, the longer they are, the more letters and numbers I can use up. So why make them shorter, right? Because that's the idea here. I want to use these up. So let's do a number next. And I don't want a 1 since I just did that I there. So let's get a 3. And that's the last of my 3s. So once I run out of numbers, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll just have to use the I's and the O's for like 1s and 0s. Okay, there's a 3. Okay, I see I have a lot of T's here. Let's use a T next. So yeah, just random, just picking them out random. So I went out yesterday to take stock of my fall decorations again. I had gotten some out. I think I told you, the vintage plastic pumpkins, but then they were getting a little beat up by my granddaughter, kind of dragging them around and stuff. And they're plastic, but I just didn't want them to get like, she was dragging them around outside, and I know it might sound a little weird, but I didn't want them to get all scratched up because they were from my childhood. At least 2 of them were from my childhood, and 1 of them were from my children's childhood. And so I didn't want them to get beat up and like that. So I put them away. Maybe till next year I'll get them out again. So all I had out was my door decoration, which she can't reach or anything. Okay, let's pick out another. Let's do an E. Did we do an E yet? Let's do an E. I have a lot of E's. So I put the plastic pumpkins and things away and got out. I don't want these to. At first I was thinking, I got out some foam pumpkins. Okay, I have a bunch. I have 2 jack-o'-lanterns, 2 solid. You know, they're shaped like a real pumpkin. They're supposed to look like a real pumpkin. And they're like foamy, that hard foamy pumpkin. And I have 4 little ones. So I was just about to throw them in the trash because I've had them for a long time. They were orange when I got them, and quite a few years ago I painted them white, kind of like the farmhouse look type of white, and I had used those for at least 1 year or 2 when they were white. Okay, we need a couple more at least here. Let's use an R or an S. Let's use an S. And so now I decided, like I was just about to throw them in the trash because they're kind of, you know, I don't know, they're kind of grungy looking now, but, and the white was coming off and stuff, kind of wearing off from being outside and going through with rain and whatever. Okay, I think we can fit 1 more on there. I did kind of reposition the other one. Not all of them, but at least one time I repositioned one of those. So I'm not putting any glue on these because I tried to put glue on one and it was like too much glue for this little thing. And I didn't want glue everywhere, so I'm not putting glue on them. Just hoping for the best. So 1 more. I would normally put more numbers in here, but like I said, I don't have very many numbers. And I don't know about the symbols. I don't know about using the symbols. Let's use this K down here just to start using that last row down there. So what I decided was, I kind of like got a little brainstorm and said, you know, I painted them once. I painted them white. So why not paint them again? They're white. They have a good base on them now, covering the orange. So there we go. There's our second one. So this is the difference between the black. This is kind of like black, I guess. I'm trying to see if it's navy blue. I think it's black. And I like them both. Like if you never saw that one, you would like that one. And then there's the black one. That black one is really pretty though, isn't it? Let's do this one. So anyway, I decided to paint them. So I was like, oh, I need to buy some paints or whatever. I was thinking spray paint for some reason. And I thought, well, why am I going to spray paint them? Because recently I have painted a couple pieces of furniture with just some paints that I have here in my craft room, like a little side table. 2 little side tables I painted with just paints from my craft room, you know, the acrylic paints that you get at Walmart, and I had enough to paint a whole little side tables with those. So I used up some of the paint in that fashion because I have quite a few bottles just collected through many years. And so I don't know how many bottles I have. Like, I'm going to say, like, I'm sure a lot of people have a lot more than I do, but I'm going to say I have probably 15 maybe, or I started out with 15. Okay, so this is just, I'm not doing anything to this. It's just the way it came off the clothing. And I kind of want to cover up this side with the, oh, maybe I should, I'm trying to think here. Let me start over here because I want to be able to put these in journals. So let's get a light piece of paper here, like one of these white pieces. Cover up the back real quick. I'm going to put some glue on here. Yeah, so I got out I didn't get out. I looked at my paints, you know, my little acrylic paints. I have some jelly paints that came with the jelly paint kit and all that. And I was trying to decide, well, I wanted to go ahead and use bright colors. And I did buy a new purple. I bought a purple because I wanted one to be purple. I just did the opposite of what I was going to do, but whatever. Anyway, so we're going to go with it. So I bought a purple, and then I got out my other bright colors and looked at them, and I ended up using the purple that I bought with satin finish, just a little acrylic paint from Walmart. You know, 57 cents, and there's some 98-cent ones. And so that was satin. And then I looked at my other paints, and got out 2 more. I had another satin, and I had a gloss, and I have a couple greens, and I got out my darkest greens so I could use those on the stems. There we go. Now we have a place to write. I need to punch that hole there. Let's just make it into, you know, I can use my crocodile. I was going to use this one. I can't use my crocodile. I have it right here. And keep the hole small. So I'll just punch that. There's something in there, so I can't see through it. Yeah, so gloss, 2 satins. I had the dark green for the stems. And so I just started painting my pumpkins, and I got 3 done, 3 completely done. And they look really pretty. And one of the the other colors are like it's called aqua. I'm going to call it teal or turquoise, but they're on the bluish side. And it's a beautiful, it looks glossy to me, but they call it satin. It was called satin on the bottle. Get that hole nice and round. Okay, now we're just going to put some letters and numbers on here. But let's start out with a T. So a blue one, the turquoisey teal blue, and then a purple one, and then let's see, the other big one is, if you already have 2 big ones done, so the turquoisey teal one done and the purple one done. One little one done is orange. I had a bright orange, like a really super bright orange, pretty orange TR that was kind of glossy. So I put that on there. Let's put another letter, TRF. And so those three are out on my steps on my front, that come down from my front porch. And then now I'm working on a pink one, bright satin colored pink. And let's do a number here. Let's put a 0. Well, I have a lot of O's. Yeah, let's put a O for a 0 here. And I'm not going to even cover that up. I'm just going to put this right there. And there we go. We used that one. A little piece of white here. But those are drying. The yellow and the pink. Did I say yellow? Pink one. Pink, a big pink one. A little yellow one. It's beautiful. That one is gloss. That's the only glossy one I had. Glossy paint I had in a little acrylic bottle was the yellow. It looks so pretty. Shiny yellow pumpkin. And then, what's the other color? Oh, I did another teal, or the bluish turquoisey one in a little pumpkin. So I have a big pumpkin that's teal, little pumpkin that's teal, little yellow one. And my other favorite one, I was going to make the other little one my favorite, whatever comes out to be my other favorite. The teal one is my favorite. It's so pretty and shiny. And then the other, let's do this one now. Now let's do another black one, or this one's blue. Let's do navy blue. And see, this one's flimsy, so I need a backing. Plus I need, well, it is white on the back, but still it's flimsy. I want it to be stronger than that. So let's glue two pieces together here. But the other, a little one, I still haven't started on that yet. So I'm going to pick out my favorite from the big ones that are done. It's going to either be the purple or pink. I have to finish the pink one. I've got, I put pretty much like 2 coats on it to get it nice and kind of a solid color of whatever color I'm painting on it. And so I need to put another color on the pink and then decide between the pink. I think I have enough to do that last yellow little one that I have, whatever my favorite is from the pink or the purple. And the purple I have plenty of because that one was new, and the other ones I already had and were, partially used, except for the teal. I don't know what I bought that for, but I don't think I used any of it. And it's just so pretty. So I will do a video at some point and show you, like, that's a way to use up some of your paints. If you have any of those foam pumpkins that you kind of haven't used in a while, or you don't like, or they're getting all kind of worn looking from being outside, depending on where you live. You got rain, or you could have got snow on them, and all that kind of stuff. So there's a little piece there. So yeah. They are so pretty. I'm so glad I didn't throw them away, right? And I get to use up some of my paints that I haven't been using. So that's kind of like a use it or lose it thing on both of those scores, because some of my paints were getting a little, they don't last forever. They start getting dried up and things. So one I had to add water to, and the other one had like a big chunk of glob of blue I had to get out of there. So yeah, I'm glad I'm using them up. So I on these ones that I added the layer to, I add the layer and then I punch the little slot or hole, whatever I'm punching. So you punch through both the layers, and then we'll add some to this. Okay, so left or right again with the slot here, and we're using the same. So I'll get out those black ones at some point, but I'll have to use the lighter paper for those. But yeah, I would like to use up all of these on tags like this. We're starting this one with a B. Just randomly pulling it off. Kind of centering it beside my little slot punch there. Let's use an N. B, N. I wish I had more numbers to tell you the truth, but I do not have any more numbers in this color. And I want all of the letters to be the same color. I feel like that looks good on this. Maybe on something, maybe on white, if you use, if you have bright colors, a lot of bright colored, different color numbers. On white, I can picture different colored, like neon numbers or something. But for this, I felt like they all needed to be the same color. Oh, let's use an X. I don't think we've used the X yet. See, like, where else would I use an X? When am I ever going to be spelling a letter in a journal with an X, right? BNX4. BNX4. So, the moral of the story is, I don't know, like, I might put those away when my granddaughter comes over, because if she starts dragging them around, the chip, you know, it's gonna scratch off the paint and destroy my pretty glossy finish. So, she's 2. I don't know if I said her age in this video, but let's get E. Let's get an E. BNX4E. Doesn't that sound like a serial number? You have to read off those crazy long serial numbers or put them on things when you do things with your machines. Okay, BNXE. What sounds like it would come after that? I think an S would come after that. And we haven't used one in this particular tag. So, yeah, I might just put them up where she can't see them. Like, I'll put them somewhere where she can't see them when she comes over. I'll hide them this year. And maybe in years to come, she'll start respecting my my pumpkins and I can put them out. But right now, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to deal with upsetting my grandchild. She can't touch anything because I've pretty much baby-proofed my house, so she can have some freedom and fun at my house, so doesn't have to worry about not touching things. All right, there's another one. Well, we did 4. I think we have time for one more. And we'll see, we'll do one more and just see how many I have left now. I have a feeling I'm going to have a lot left. This is a taller, skinnier one. This I made from, I cut this from the major, these from the major part, most of these from the major part of the file folder. And then I had a strip left, so I just cut it in half and had like 2 thinner strips here. So again, right to left, or left to right, what am I saying? I need a tissue. Oh, by the way, when I got the pumpkins out, all right, I might still be recovering a little bit from an allergy attack I had. There was some type of, I think it was a bird nest in one of the pumpkins. They were out in a storage shed that we have in the backyard. So a bird must have got in there. And, oh, here's some U's. Look at this. Let's use a U. So there was a bird nest in there. And I don't know what the heck else was in there, but it was, I took it out. I saw it in there because it was a jack-o'-lantern where a bird could get in there, you know, and through the eyes or the mouth. It was outside, or if it got into my shed, it got in there, and figured it was a good cozy place to make a, let's use an H next. And so made a bird nest in there, it looked like. And I don't know what that bird nest was made out of or what all was in there left from those birds. Probably some, you know, bird stuff. And it was a nasty mess. So I was like trying to get it out of there. But in the meantime, I had a major allergy attack. Like, I don't know how, I haven't used those in years. Let's use a P next. UHP, that just sounds like a serial number. But yeah, I like started sneezing and my nose was running and coughing, and like I felt like I couldn't breathe and my my throat was closing up, and I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, if it would have got any worse, I would have taken an allergy pill, but I didn't have to do that. I just like, I didn't touch it. I never even touched it. I was kind of getting it with a screwdriver I was poking up in there. You know what I mean, to get it out. But I was shaking it out, so I must have breathed some in or whatever. It was just terrible. So I had to take some time today, the day I'm doing this video, let's do an R next, and recover from that, because I was like I said, I felt like my throat was closing up. I couldn't breathe. So I washed my hands and went in, finished with that pumpkin. I had washed it and put it to dry. And I need some numbers now, or at least one number. Here's a 6. But I washed my hands, went, had already washed and let the pumpkin was drip drying, and went in the other room and got away from, it was outside where I was kind of cleaning it out, so it wasn't in the house, but still the pumpkin was in the house, and I washed it in the sink, and then I washed out the sink. I'm going to use another R here, R6R. And then it took me probably about an hour to recover. It was crazy. I was like, I've had an allergy attack like that, but not with the coughing, and my throat felt like it was closing up. Because I've gone to an estate sale where they're like, no one was living in the house. It was an estate sale. No one was left living in the house, except they must have had cats there. And I went, I was only there for like less than an hour. But after I left, I had the most horrible allergy attack. Like I had the worst, it felt like I had the worst cold ever. Just itchy, watery eyes and sneezing and sniffling. And it was terrible. I remember that day, like, I came out and I was like, I need an allergy pill. I feel terrible. My eyes are all itchy and it's terrible. And so, if you have allergies, that you can really get, but that house, it only happens where I have an allergy reaction to a cat when there's carpets in the house. Of course, that was an older house and it had carpets all through the house. So I was like, it started happening when I was still there before I even left. I'm like, and I could feel I get that itchy feeling in my throat and start sniffling and my eyes start itching, and that all started happening, and it just started getting worse and worse as I left and got out of there. But I was just like beside myself that day because I couldn't get to my allergy pills right away. I didn't have any with me. I was just like, oh my goodness. So now I usually am coming home after I go to an estate sale, so I can, if I need an allergy pill, I can get one. But that day I wasn't coming home after that estate sale, so that's what made it so bad. I was out and about, and I was like, oh gosh, I can't wait to go home and get an allergy pill. But I did. I came back and I probably washed my eyes and washed my hands and all that kind of stuff, but still, sometimes until you get your allergy pill from something like that, you just have a hard time. So. Allergy stories today, huh? I'm not complaining. I'm used to it. So, but the one today from the pumpkin, I've never had the coughing thing where I felt like my throat was closing up. So that's why I said, I don't know what the heck was in that pumpkin. Something really disgusting, apparently, that I'm allergic to. Like the nest was made out of, I was telling my husband, it looked like leaves and fur. I'm like, where did the bird get fur? And he's like, well, of course it makes sense. It's like, let's put an A on the end. It's like when my son's dogs come over here and we watch them, especially the huskies have a lot of fur, right? And there's little fur balls around. I have to clean up all their little fur balls after they leave, even when they're not shedding. After they leave, there's a couple quite a few fur balls floating around. So I guess it's like that out in the wild, and the birds can find the fur balls from the dogs, like foxes and things, out in the wild, squirrels, whatever, I don't know. But that's apparently what that bird nest was made out of. She made a nice, warm, furry nest for her babies, and that I was highly allergic to. Oh, I didn't put a little notch in here. See, I told you, I do that ahead of time because I didn't even leave room for it. So what do? Maybe this is left to right, but who says it has to go that way? I'm not saying it has to go that way, so I'm going to put one down here where there is some room. So there you go. So I hope you like this little idea for using up some of your letters and numbers. I think they're really cute. And you could do other things to them. Add a ribbon at the top. And I may do that later. I just wanted to try it out like this. And I think these are fun. And you can write on the back and make them into pockets or tuck spots if you want. But I think these are a lot of fun. Yeah, there they go. There's my serial/model number tags. And even use one recycled here from my piece of clothing. So, and I just covered up the little name, it's not a name brand, but a brand name there, and it doesn't make any difference whether I did that on which side I put it. So I think it's cute either way. So I hope you enjoyed. Oh, I was going to show you how many I have left. I wish we would have used up more during this video, but I have quite a few left. This would be a great mobile crafting video. Yes, I mean craft to do in front of the TV. I think I will put these in the on my table there in the living room so I can make some more of these. Yes, and I'll show you when I get these done. When you know how I show you my mobile crafting videos, I will come back and show you my stack of serial number tags when I get them done and my empty sticker thing here. So anyway, enjoy using up, if you have some number stickers and letter stickers, if you would like to use them up. I think this is really cute. So, and you could add other things to it, but that's what I'm doing today, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great week, and I'll see you later.